Why do we have to be more than friends?
We don't have to do anything. But I think it's an awfully nice idea.
I wish things could just stand still sometimes.
Faith.
Yes?
I'm not gonna do anything you don't want me to do. And I'll stop the moment you ask.
Stop.
I didn't even get started.
Bucky, you know it isn't because I don't like you.
Don't talk. Listen, and try to trust me. I love you. And I don't think you'd be here with me now. Something inside of you didn't care about me.
Oh.
I know we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do.
And I keep hoping that if we both relax...
I can't relax.
Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. And try to remember how much I love you.
Yeah.
Now, put your arms around me. Come on. Go ahead.
Please don't rush me.
I won't. This is so beautiful.
Yes. No, Bucky, please stop.
Faith?
You said you'd stop. Now stop, Bucky, don't.
I do not believe you can do better in the entire city. I mean, French doors, onto a charming terrace, a positively breathtaking river view, and you've got southern exposure here. And what's more, you've got a wood-burning fireplace.
Actually, it's quite suitable.
Now listen, I do have one or two other listings.
Mrs.
but-
Greer, what I'd really like is a chance to look around here a little longer.
Well,
Mrs. Greer, we don't want to impose on your time. I'm sure you have other things to do. Why don't we meet back at the real estate office in about half an hour?
Oh, I think that's a splendid idea.
certainly. Oh, one more thing. Will you pull the door shut when you leave, okay?
Oh, dear. She forgot to tell us that there is a devastatingly attractive hall closet.
And a simply charming bathtub and a sensational view of an enchanting air shaft.
Still, I do think it's the best of the three we've seen. What do you think?
I agree.
A southern exposure means there'll be plenty of sunlight. I want to have lots of sun.
You know something? If you lean out very carefully from the corner of that terrace, you can see the bay window of my house.
Oh, well, that's an enormous advantage, of course.
Yeah, on the other hand, the rent's ridiculous. If you look a little longer, I think you can do better.
Well, that doesn't matter too much. What's important is that it be the right apartment. I spent quite a lot of time thinking about the kind of apartment I want it to be.
Well, what kind of apartment is that?
Oh, something that's soft and warm with fabrics that feel good when you touch them and lots of bright colors.
So that everything you touch and look at is beautiful, hmm?
Yes. In Minnesota, Seneca always wanted everything to be functional. Oh, it was pleasant enough, but I want where I live now to be more special than that.
You're sad, aren't you, Nell?
Am I?
To me, you are. Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to ask questions. I just meant starting over can't be easy.
No, it isn't.
And, Nell, I don't want to intrude. I just keep stumbling into places where I don't belong. I was so struck by your tone just now.
I know, thank you. You've been sympathetic and understanding. Well, you've been all day. I'm fine, really. Oh, once in a while, I do have a sense of loss about my marriage, but at the same time, a decision's been made, and I'm glad that I'm moving on to new experiences and new friends.
I like that part about new friends.
So do I.
Sorry to take so long, Marshal, but the airline couldn't find my bag for a while.
No problem here. It's good to see you again.
Thanks.
I'm rather curious to hear some more about your plans. You didn't give me many details on the phone.
Well, there's really not a lot more to know. I'm coming east, and my first thought, of course, was Riverside Hospital. I want to find out if there's a job for me here.
I see.
Oh, and, Marshal, I'd like you to keep this entire business extremely confidential, until we see which way it's going to go.
Well, it's not going to be so easy, Seneca. After your call from the airport, I managed to locate 2 members of our search committee. They were very excited about the prospect of Seneca Bolak joining our staff. So much so, in fact, that I really can't promise they won't mention your name, in spite of my asking them not to say anything.
Marshal, are you telling me that you have a search committee made up of gossips and name droppers?
I'm saying that not everyone can live up to your standards.
How soon can I meet with a full committee?
Not quite sure, but I have arranged for you to meet 2 members, plus the chairman, at lunch today. It'll be informal and confidential.
Oh, fine. I mean, that's terrific. It's very accommodating.
Well, we try to keep our end up here.
Marshal, I am not unappreciative. I realize that you have done the very best you can, and I thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm really looking forward to lunch today. But I think before we go any further, I better be sure you understand my terms.
It's all right.
It isn't all right.
We don't have to hurry. Have I remembered to mention how beautiful you are?
Buggy, please don't be so nice.
But I want to be. I want to be so nice, so loving, so tender, and so reassuring with you that whatever it is that's keeping us from being together will just go away.
I wish it would.
I want to make you believe how much I love you and how much I want you to love me.
Just leave me alone, Buggy, please.
Hey, what is it?
Leave me alone. I can't do that. I told you I can't do that. You keep coming at me.
I kissed you, that's all.
Just stay over there, Buggy.
Oh, Faith.
Please.
Faith.
Please stay over there. I'm sorry. I don't
whatever
mean to be like this.
Look, whatever I did, I'm sorry. I mean, the last thing I wanted to do was upset you.
It wasn't you. It was me.
Faith?
Yeah?
Could I come over and put my arm around you?
No. Please.
Would you like some water? Something to drink?
Could I have some water?
Sure. I always keep a bottle in the refrigerator just in case it gets really hot.
Thanks. Bucky, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
It's not okay. I wish you didn't look so miserable.
Well, you look sort of miserable yourself.
I like you so much. I really did want to make love.
You did?
I wish you didn't look so sad. It doesn't have anything to do with you.
Something sure went wrong.
There's something wrong with me.
With you?
Uh-huh. Believe me, it doesn't have anything to do with you.
Well, in that case, I have something I want to say. I don't know what's going on, but whatever it is, we can deal with it. I mean, if that's what you want.
You're too nice to me.
Well, I got a soft spot in my head for you. I'm sorry. I mean, there's just some things that I feel I have to communicate to you by touching.
Couldn't we just stay like this?
We can be any way you want. I only hope you can feel the waves of affection that are flowing from me to you right now. And I hope you know that whatever it is, I'll do anything I can to help.
I'm so humiliated, I don't want to tell you about it.
Faith, please try.
All right.
Better idea of just what you're after.
A position equivalent to what I have in Minnesota.
That sounds fair enough.
The Boland Award should be some recommendation.
Seneca, you don't have to sell yourself to me.
No, I'm not. But some of the members of your search committee may not be familiar with my qualifications.
Fire away, then.
I have written over 100 papers in the last 7 years. I am currently president of the National Neurological Society. I am on the editorial board of the Journal of Neurological Diseases. I have 2 honorary degrees, one from Karolinska Institute, and there's more.
We're into overkill. There's no question that your credentials are overwhelming.
Objectively speaking, they are.
And my estimate would be that if the right position is not available for you, we'll try to create one.
Oh, fine. That's very encouraging.
May I interject a personal note?
Sure.
Does Nell know any of this?
No. And I don't want her to know until it's settled.
That places me in a somewhat awkward position.
I don't see why.
She happens to be my cousin, by marriage anyway.
Well, my understanding is that professional negotiations of this sort are confidential. And that's why I got upset at the loose lips in your search committee.
Tact isn't one of your strong points, is it?
Say what I mean what I say.
Obviously.
Look, let me put it this way, Marshal. If Nell finds out about this before it's settled, I'll tell your search committee that I am no longer interested in Riverside Hospital, and why, and I'll take my credentials elsewhere.
If we had a chance to have Seneca Bolak on staff at Riverside, and then we blew it, the whole medical board would go up in smoke.
Yeah.
This is a professional matter, and I think we should handle it in a professional way, with total discretion.
Good, then we understand each other.
Yes, we do. Actually, the position you should have, of course, is head of neurology.
Well, that had crossed my mind.
We have an acting head of neurology at the moment, but he's been more or less promised a permanent appointment, and he's entitled to it.
Well, I'm not here to undercut anyone. I mean, if neurology is taken, I'm sure you'll find something else for me.
That's very reasonable.
I want the right job for me. I don't want to push someone else out of a job that they deserve.
Well, fine. We'll work something else out then.
Who is the acting head of neurology? Maybe I know.
Dr. Coleridge, Dr. Edward Coleridge.
Coleridge. Huh? No, I don't think so. Oh, I'll be interested in meeting him.
I'll take it.
I'm impressed. Such decisiveness.
Well, I'm in a very positive frame of mind today.
Then I should capitalize on that and immediately ask you to have dinner with me
I
tonight.
accept, thank you. Oh, dear, you wanted.
I asked him to call me if there was any news on Frank Ryan.
Well, I hope there is. Good news.
It'd be quicker to go back to the hospital than phone. About
Oh,
dinner
why don't
tonight.
you just go along? I'll find Madam take charge and make arrangements about the apartment, and I'll come meet you at your office later, okay?
Can't think of anything better.
Go on then.
Fine.
I want to give the apartment one more going over.
No, I'll be looking forward to this evening.
Me too.
Begin anywhere.
It's awful no matter where I begin. Bucky, I'm afraid I'm not like other people. I'm afraid I'm not normal.
No, I'm sure that isn't so.
No, I am so afraid of intimacy of any kind. I just can't let it happen.
Oh, Faith.
Bucky, I like you so much. You're sweet, you're gentle. I believe you love me. I thought if anybody could help me with what's wrong with me, it would be you.
Well, I'd like it to be me. Not in a clinical way. Because we care for each other.
I know.
You are so beautiful.
Bucky, let me keep talking, all right? See, I get impulses where I do feel a little sexy, but the moment I am in a situation where anything might happen, I'm just filled with panic. Terrible, terrible panic.
Well, has it always been this way?
More or less. I'm 25 years old. I've had very little experience.
Hey, look, if you don't want to talk about this anymore, you don't have to.
No, I don't mind. Maybe it'd be better if you knew. You see, when I was in medical school, I met a man. Older, forceful, really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
He liked me very much, and I started seeing a great deal of him. Daddy didn't approve. Nobody did, for that matter, but I was just so infatuated I wouldn't listen to them.
Well, how long ago was this?
A little over 2 years. I guess one of the main reasons that this man and I got along so well is he said we'd have a perfect platonic relationship.
That must have made things easier for you.
Well, it did. Up until about 2 months before we stopped seeing each other. Then he changed his mind, and in order for us to have what he called a total relationship, he insisted that we become lovers.
Well, go ahead. Then what happened?
Well, by then I couldn't refuse him anything, but it just didn't work for me. And I just became so aware of it not working, it made me tense, miserable. I tried to pretend. That didn't work either. Finally, I just got so upset I stopped seeing him.
Faith, I'm sorry.
Bucky, I like you so much. I thought, now here's somebody who's dear, sweet, gentle. And if it could happen with anybody.
Listen, I wish I had some magical solution, some terrific, brilliant answer.
So do I.
Well, we could talk to a psychiatrist, I suppose.
No, I just can't do that. So you see, I'm really here under false pretenses.
No.
I just feel so miserable about it all.
Look, why don't we just groove around for the rest of the day? I mean, we don't have to get involved in anything heavy.
That wouldn't be fair.
Sure it would. We have till tomorrow anyway, and sitting out here in the water looking at the lights at night is really something else.
Bucky?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I know you're disappointed.
Well, I'm disappointed about what happened, but I'm not disappointed in you.
You have to be.
No, I don't.
Well, I'm disappointed in the occasion and in me.
Well, look, everything isn't lost. We can still have a great time. I mean, we have soft drinks and food and liquor and books, and we can be quiet, and when you want to talk, we'll talk.
I'm sorry. Couldn't we go back to the marina?
You don't want to stay.
No, it would just remind me. I'd be thinking every minute you were hoping I'd change my mind.
That wouldn't be why we're here.
Boogie, it wouldn't be any fun. Can't we go back, please?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, I am too. Faith,
Yeah?
I love you.
Hayes. Can we go home now?
Sure, I'll get the anchor.
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.